Evening, folks. Welcome back to the channel. You're kind of already here since I was just live for about 17 minutes or so. I'm just getting my screens pulled up so I can actually see the chat room. To the channel. Okay. Pop out chat. There we go. Live chat. Okay. So, what's up, One to Go To and Nightcock? Just getting YouTube and my Twitch chat room open up. And pop out chat. There it goes. Sweet. Yeah, nobody was making noise out there last night. That was good. I don't know. I heard some ratchet bitch out there talking, being loud, but I didn't have to go investigate what that was. So it's some woman who can't keep her fucking voice down. Okay, there we go. All right, oh, Nightcock says sounds good. No more static. Arden says we're back. Yeah, well, hopefully that's what it was. I just had to restart it. Let me test it out. Might even sound better on the phone there. Let's see. By the time I go live, I haven't been near a heating pad since 5 p.m., so that's 2 hours. And then I'm in a cold ass 75-degree Fahrenheit room. And then I have to jump up and down, so this is why my knee is so fucking achy. By the time I go live, I haven't been. See, it's fine. It's fine. It's. My God, I'm never gonna touch the settings again. I'm gonna say what they are right now, but I'm not gonna adjust anything. I'm just gonna read them off. I go to the microphone, Brio 100, settings, filters, edit filters. And I got the noise suppression. Yeah, no, noise suppression, negative 27, 27 club, LMFAO. I get it. Okay, and that's where it's going to stay forever. What the actual fuck? What's up, Wally World? Glad you made it. Arden was saying you had to. She heard you yelling from the other room watching TV the one other day. So, oh, God damn it, what were you thinking? Like, oh, I was just watching the game. Camera. There we go. It's better. Can I see myself? That's fine. That's fine. You just don't need to be seeing everything that's back there. Yeah, not a great day. Now I got stuff sorted out. Great. Perfect. So yeah, what's up, Dandy? Glad you made it. Yeah, I got One to Go To, Nightcock, Arden, Dandy, Wally. Sweet. Uh, So while I'm deleting the tweets that I put out because they're, do I have to? I don't think I have to. I think I can just tweet out what I'm doing now because I'm going to keep that other shitty copy of what I did at first up. I'm going to leave that public. I'm going to leave when I went live just before this public as well. I usually private those because they're embarrassing, but I kind of don't care. And I'm being honest, so I will go ahead and leave that up. Live art TWO exclamation point enter paste. So I went to look up because Modus mentioned something about PayPal. I knew I had one in the past, but then I stopped using it. But I was like, well, let me see if it's even still there. No, I guess, kind of. It had my old information, like my old phone that I had before this one and stuff like that, so that was no good. And I tried to start a new one, and I foolishly put in the information it asked for, my legal name, and I put that stuff in, and there's absolutely no way to change the way your name displays on PayPal. So that was a waste of time. So then I thought, what's another one of those, receiving money, paying each other type of apps? Cash App, that's a thing. And before I finished signing up, I looked something up about it, like, can you change your display name? And the thing that came up said yes. So I, foolishly again, put in my legal name, sign up for the account, got that set up mostly. But then I go to change my display name, and it will let you change your first name, but not your last name. That's the problem. So, no, I wasted the better part of an hour doing that. Thank you. Thank you. That's why I stopped turning on my phone before noon, because at the beginning of December, I would get emails and have to just deal with stuff that pissed me off so bad that I wanted to go back to bed after 45 minutes. Even though there was a show that night, did not care. Was done. Done. But after about 4 or 5 days of that, I thought, like, well, this is if you can't change, like the outside forces, you have to change the way you react to them. The camera's just a tad bit high. So I changed my reaction to it. So instead of turning my phone on when I get up, it doesn't get up until noon. So if I have to look something up, I'll look something up, but it doesn't sit there on. So if there's any emails coming in, any texts, any notifications, I'll find out about it at noon. Oh, what's up, John Rogers? Glad you made it. Arden says Wally World, when watching soccer, is his alternate personality. Yeah, that's it. He's got a sports fan activated. Wally, no, yeah, I'm actually Nikki. Well, Nikki is a nickname. I don't have $400 to change my name legally, so but everyone knows me as Nikki M. Carlin, so that's what I try to use everywhere. So it's just my bad. Damn, I can't fix Cash App. Because you have to choose like a Cash App, like name, handle, and I use Nikki M. Carlin for that, so I can never use Cash App. I guess I could try to sign up for PayPal with a different email and use my internet name. That's the only way. Because, well, Venmo is the best personally, just because you get 100% of whatever is donated to you. So if somebody donates, I don't know, $5, you get that. They donate $100, you get that. And it only takes 3 days to get a payout. It's very quick. It's within the week. Mr. Mission Control, what's up? I'm tracking sages. Anybody seen one around here? Well, we've got Dragon Sage. I swear we used to have a guy named like Sage Presley or something like that. But then with with Buy Me a Coffee, how they go is there can be a fee associated with it for the donator, but I have it switched so I eat that cost. So whatever they would try to charge somebody donating, you don't have to worry about that on your end. I eat that cost. That's fine. So I'd rather take that hit than have the person donating take the hit. It's only fair. And that might be the default setting too, which is good. But aside from that, if you have less than $10 to be paid out, it's like you have $0. They won't even send it your way. And when you do finally get a payout, it will take forever and a day, 5 days, 7 days. If you need that money in a hurry, they don't know that word. They've never heard of the word hurry. They don't take your time and dick around, but they don't know hurry up and, pay people what the fuck they've earned. So you would think with how much they charge, they could hurry the fuck up and give you your goddamn cash. I've got $10 sitting in there. Their cut leaves me with $8.87. What percent is that? I'm not figuring it out right now. I'm looking it up to make sure that's what. No, you can't even do a payout on the Buy Me a Coffee app. You can on the Venmo app. And that's the only two there are. I even tried to look up like what are other some payment services that are out there, and it's just stuff like Apple Pay, Google Pay, a Samsung Pay. I'm not using those. I don't know anybody else who does use those. I wouldn't use anything Apple. I wouldn't use anything Google, to pay folks. And while I do have a Samsung phone, I don't use it to. I don't store my credit cards in there. I don't use like Samsung Pay, Samsung Pass, any of that kind of stuff. Or yeah, like 20% ish, something like that. So it's like I don't know if it's like they take out less of a cut if you have more coming to you, but considering what $10 can buy, which is not very much, and you're taking $2 of that. I know it's not $2, but still. That is in fucking insane. And it takes so long to pay it out. It might as well be a paper check. I hand to heaven. Hand to heaven. How you can probably get mailed out and sent back faster than Buy Me a Coffee can put money into your account. It's just numbers. Just push the fucking button. It's like a calculator. I don't know what the problem is. Mr. Mission Control says, I'm just wrapping up my news scanning and calling it a night. Keep it real, Dragon Sage. And if you head down here to the Ozarks, track me down. I'll set you up in Eureka Springs, Arkansas. They'd love you. Oh, man. Yeah, he'd do well there. Wow, Dragon Sage says, I'm drinking beer and shots of Jägermeister and eating strawberries. Ah, the good life. Ooh, strawberries. I haven't had Jägermeister since 2002, back when Jaeger bombs were a thing. Yeah, I don't even like black licorice, but it was. Oh, the kids were doing it. No, I was at least 21. Maybe I was 22. Wait, I was 20. No, 2002? Yeah, it would have been 20. Because I went to a friend's wedding. I was drinking then. I mean, everybody starts drinking. You start drinking when you're 16, and by the time you're 21 and old enough to buy alcohol, if you're still on the alcohol, you're not doing it right. You haven't switched to weed or pills or nothing else. I don't know what to do, but I can't do anything about that. Mr. Mission Control said, good night, Nikki and everyone. Blessed new cycle to y'all. Yeah, have a great. I know it's the first day of your new year, so I really do hope that I hope everyone's 2026 is better than their 2025. I hope everybody gets the karma back that they have been farming over the last couple of years. So if you've been farming some good karma, I hope it hits you this year. If you've been farming bad karma, I hope it hits you this year. And I hope I'm around to see it, because I certainly will LOL at it. Karma, you can't argue with it. It is what it is. Arden said, "Yeah, that liquor used to be popular. Back when you're younger and drinking, so you have to try out all the new stuff and drink what your friends are drinking, and that's how you find out what you like and what you don't like." And oh, yeah, do it. Get it out of your system in your 20s. Nobody wants to see the sad old drunk at 50, 60 years old. Just like this, you bottle. You don't want to turn out like Sam Evans. Dragon Sage Dead Tour California 92 was a Jägermeister slash LSD blowout. Wow, that sounds like two wildly different directions. Oh, I mean, I don't think I would seek out like Jaeger bomb again. They make Irish car bombs. Those are so tasty. That's the only time I've ever had Guinness. I've never drunk Guinness on its own. You know, I'm not 16. I don't like beer. It's too lightweight for me. So I just. Having said that, I will say this: they did make something called, maybe they still do. It's called Not Your Father's Root Beer. It is a beer, but when you're drinking it, it tastes like root beer. You can barely taste the alcohol in it. That's kind of dangerous because then you have a few and you're like, I feel great. I want to make a root beer float out of this. So it's like, yeah, it's time to calm down with that. I would make a root beer float out of it, but then what are you gonna do for the rest of the night? I guess you're not going anywhere. You're not driving. Yeah, so that was a bust as far as getting paid on other apps. I think it would be funny. I think what I'm gonna do if we do end up having to move, I think I will give out my address for where I am if somebody wants to send anything. But you would have to realize, like, you've got 30 days to get it to me. Otherwise, I will not be in this place anymore. And I might do that. Why the hell not? That would be interesting. No, yeah, I started on beer when I was like 16, 15, whatever. And then when I was 20, I had moonshine for the first time. I didn't know what it was. Like, I wasn't tricked into drinking it. It was those giant Hawaiian punch. It's got the handle on it. It's so massive. One of those. But it just had about an inch and a half, an inch or two was just a pure clear liquid at the bottom. And like I think I had had liquor before, like I had had tequila, stuff like that. But I was mostly like a beer drinking, uh, like that. That's what you drink when you're underage. You drink beer. But this dude was kind of like a good old boy. Kind of not like that hillbilly, but just folks with some good based values. And he told me what it was, so I took a sip and just whoa. And I was fine. But then about 15 minutes later, that's when I'm like stumbling around. I'm like, dude, I feel like I just drank I don't know how many beers. And I was like, wait a minute. You mean I could drink this stuff and get this fucked up this fast rather than having to pound beers and take all these bathroom breaks? Fuck yeah. So from then on, I was on the liquor, and then I got into in 2003 when Pirates of the Caribbean came out. That's when I got onto rum and Night Clock, Everclear. Yeah, this was moonshine. So just whatever, 180 proof or something like that. I was bigger then too, so a couple of gulps, if that would have had me swaying, it was doing some damage. Had me feeling good. Like I wasn't that fucked up. I didn't like black out or anything like that, but I was feeling great. And then I went, like I was saying yesterday, I went from just straight up. Well, they just had regular Captain Morgan, which was 70 proof, and then, like I say, I got into mojitos when I started watching Burn Notice in about 2009. I don't think I watched it when it started in about 2006 or 7. I wasn't there from the beginning. I got onto it a couple of years later. Is it 2010 maybe? Uh, and then somewhere along the line, they did finally start coming out with 100 proof Captain Morgan. I've tried private stock, that's no good. 100 proof Captain Morgan, and I don't chase it. I used to chase my shots. I was more into shots than mystery, like a shot chaser. And then somewhere, I know what happened. It was 2006. I just got done my first day of work, at a new job, so food service. So I'm all whooped. We go to my friend's house. For a while there, we would just go to my friend's house after work and party. But I walked in the door, folks were already kicking it. We all knew each other. And I looked down, I saw the bottle of Jim Beam, which my buddy was all like Jack Daniels Jim Beam. That was his thing. I looked down at it. I said, "Whose bottle is that?" Mine. I was like, "Do you mind if I just take a shot? Put my mouth on the bottle." Basically asking that. They're like, "Yep, sure, do what you want." I just, took a couple of gulps, set it down, and I didn't need any more chasers after that. So when I'm drinking, I'm just taking straight shots. So I got onto the 100 proof Captain Morgan, and that has you feeling really good, really fast. Arden says she watched Burn Notice. Nice. It was really good. What's up, Beach Champ? Glad you made it. Burn Notice was fun. It did sort of change after time because it's got Bruce Campbell on it, so there's going to be a comedy element to it, and it did have its serious moments, lighthearted moments, but somewhere towards the end, maybe the last season or the last two seasons, things were just getting more serious for the main character, and it's like suddenly we just had less time for jokes, and then suddenly it was over. So it just, oh, okay. Did you see Arden? Did you watch the It was called, maybe there was a subtitle, The Fall of Sam Axe. It was Bruce Campbell, Sam Axe doing his standalone movie that it was supposed to take place back in time, so Bruce Campbell had to like lose some weight. They dyed his hair. Got some of the gray out. It was good. It was cute. Oh, Wally World said Bruce Campbell went to my high school, main rival. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you could possibly have beef with that guy. So. Nightcock used to love the 100 proof old Forester Kentucky bourbon whiskey. Woo! That'll have you feeling good. Let's play it again. Who else is coming over? Dragon Sage, next thing I know, I'm running naked through the party screaming, woo woo. Like, who's that naked guy? Oh, he just does that. Don't mind him. He's not gonna sit on your lap. Don't mind him. uh, yeah, okay. If I never touch the audio again, then I can theoretically do some Friday shows here and there. Beach Up says, I remember he played a detective cop on some episodes of Law and Order SVU. Oh, who did? SVU had so many guest appearances. Robin Williams was even in an episode once. There's an episode called Pure. It has Martin Short as the villain. So I only know him as a comedian, and he's playing a bad guy, and I was hella scared of him. Like, oh, dude. Can't remember what season that was, but I know for a fact the episode was called Pure. Oh man, there's an episode, I can't recall the name of it, but it has Daniel Day-Lewis. I haven't seen him in really anything else that I know of, but him in that episode, ooh, I'm scared to death of that man, and he seems so nice in real life, but I didn't know that at the time. I'm like, oh, I don't want to cross this dude. He's got a knife and everything. I'm scared of him. But then jump ahead, I watched, there was I don't know if it still airs, but it's called I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here. Was this the same season it had Janice Dickinson and she didn't want to do shit? But anyway, they had Lou Diamond Phillips. Lou Diamond Phillips. It was Lou Diamond Phillips. I forget what I said before, but it was Lou Diamond Phillips. It was him. And he's on the show, and they're just out in the bush, in the trees, and like just a forest, and they have to live there. And, some of the celebrities are complaining and just about it. Dude's just sitting there, just chilling like he's on a park bench. And he was kicking ass at the competitions. He might have been like the team captain and all this stuff, but he's like, I think he's from the Philippines or something like that. So he's like, this is nothing. I know people who live like this right now. So it was a walk in the park for him. Arden says you only know Bruce Campbell from Burn Notice. Oh my god. You haven't seen. Oh my god. He's great in anything. He's great in anything. Oh my god, oh my god. Okay, if you have little ones and you want to introduce them to Bruce Campbell in a safe way that's not The Evil Dead, there was a TV series that was on for about 2 seasons, 2.5 seasons in 2000. And I saw this on DVD way after the fact, but it's called Jack of All Trades. And Bruce is a guy, and it's like the early 1800s, and he's sent to some. Thomas Jefferson sends him off to some island, and he's helping out this English lady because they're fighting the French, basically. It does have another actor on there that you do know. I'm not gonna spoil it for you because it was one of the biggest fucking surprises when I saw this dude walk out. And while Bruce is kind of, his character's name is Jack Stiles, he's kind of like loosey goosey, all this kind of a thing. This other actor I'm talking about, playing it serious and doing a damn great job of it. I don't even want to say what character he plays. You just have to watch it. It's like I found it at the Exchange. I don't know where you can find it at, but it's very safe for children. It's geared towards children, so you're not going to have anything offensive or scary. However, there are jokes in there for the adults. Like kids might not notice, but me watching it as an adult, like, can they can, can they say that? Oh my god! Like at one point, Bruce drops in. He's got an alter ego with the mask on, so they don't know it's him. But he drops in on the bad guys, because they're all just standing around. So Bruce is like, "Oh, what do we have here? A circle of jerks." Yes. Little stuff like that. So there's humor in there for the adults, but it is aimed at children. But that's a safe way to be introduced to Bruce Campbell. You want to watch the Evil Dead franchise. Holy shit, Arden. What I read his autobiography first, which is sort of like a making of the Evil Dead. So I sort of knew what the ins and outs were when I was watching the film for the first time. It's still scary as hell. It's interesting. Like Sam Raimi, so it's shot in an interesting way. People say that there's the Evil Dead, Evil Dead 2, Army of Darkness. People go nuts for Army of Darkness. Evil Dead 2 is the best one. I'll fight anybody on that. It just is. It's just a more polished version of the Evil Dead. They made something called Within the Woods, which was like a test film to like, hey, this is what the kind of movie we want to make to get funding. I think you can find that on YouTube. And then later on, they made a series called Ash versus the Evil Dead. It's either Ash versus the Evil Dead or Ash versus Evil Dead. You want to watch that. That's really it. Just Ash Williams with a couple of sidekicks. Don't trust the cops, kids. It's so good, but on the whole, sometimes he gets into adult scary type territory. What did I see? Dragon Sage says I went to high school with Martin Short's nephew, Charlie Short. Whoa! Did he resemble him at all? Yeah, well, he had to deal with Bruce on the rival team in real life. That son of a bitch. Michael Orlean says need info for GoFundMe. Yeah, is that do they even pay out or do they hold on to the money like what those truckers? Hang on. I didn't grab my water. Here it is. Arden, holy shit! Also, our daughter met Bruce Campbell in real life. Oh my god. He's 6'1", so it's like, it's fucking Sam X. God. Over on Tubi, they've got a lot of his movies. Bruce Campbell is the king of B movies. He just had to pay his dues at a lot of films that just did not get as much recognition. And now everybody knows he's hilarious in that. But before that, there's like Mind Warp, Maniac Cop, Bubba Hotep. Oh, stuff like that. It's what did I watch? I watched one where he robbed a bank. We tried to go through a robbery, and then everything went wrong. But look on Tubi. Just type in Bruce Campbell. They've got a lot of his films there. Dragon Sage, Charlie Short was taller. Because isn't Martin Short? I don't know how exactly short he is. Like, he. Our day was at Comic Con. Aw. Nightcock says, my stream is flaking out. I'm switching to mobile. It seems fine there. Okay. Yeah, it just messed me up. Who was on Law and Order? Bruce Campbell? I know Norman Reedus was on an episode. Oh man, they've had everybody. Seems like almost everybody guest on that show at least once. B-Chap says, I tried to make a GoFundMe account, though they wanted me to create a Facebook account, so I decided not to bother with it. Oh, that's... If you don't have a Facebook account by now, you never will, so that's a dumb thing to ask people to do. I just want to know, how tall is Martin Short? Be something like 6 feet tall. No, he can't be that tall. Go. Search. 5'7"? 5'7" really isn't that short. Christoph Waltz is 5'7". 5'6.5". If 5'6", 5'7", somewhere around in there. 5'6", 5'7", 5'8". Yeah, that's not exactly short, but I guess if you're acting around, actors who are 6 foot plus, then yeah, they're gonna be looking down at you. Oh, that's right. That's right. Jeffrey Donovan was on from Burn Notice. He's the main character. He was on Law and Order. That's right. Really good actor. I saw him in a film. I forget which one it was, but he was playing Bobby Kennedy. Nailed the accent. Nailed the accent. And he really does speak Russian in real life. So when he's talking Russian on Burn Notice, it's not like he just studied really hard the week before when he got the script. No, like he already knew that. So he knows his shit. I think he does a lot of producing. Dragon Sage, I met Mark Wahlberg. He's a shrimp. I'm 6'1". Yeah, Mark Wahlberg does not seem that tall. I haven't watched The Perfect Storm in a long time. Oh, that movie's so good. Oh, that movie's so good. I love the soundtrack. James Horner film. Oh, that's got one of my favorite lines in that movie. It's I can't think of the actor's name. He played Soul Star in on Deadwood, but he's the one who said it, because I was watching Deadwood like, why does Seth Bullock's buddy here look so familiar? Where do I know this guy? Fuck, he's the guy who said my favorite line in The Perfect Storm, and it took me a few times through Deadwood to figure that out too. Wild World said, I think I fought Bruce when our high schools had a massive rumble. Oh, are you the one that gave him that scar on his chin? I forget the story of that, where he got that from. Oh, went to go to Jeffrey Donovan's douchebag character in Hitch. Oh, I could see him playing an asshole. Yeah. Seems like a nice guy. Just seems like kind of quiet. I believe he's a Taurus, so they're thinking sometimes they just want to be on their own, do their own thing. Haven't seen Hitch. I've seen Hitchcock when it was Anthony Hopkins playing Alfred Hitchcock. Yeah, man, Burn Notice is good. If you like seeing girls in bikinis and explosions and car chases and Bruce Campbell cracking jokes, and his mom is Sharon Gless, Jeffrey Donovan's character's mom. Sharon Gless. I didn't know her from anything else, but then, jump ahead to a couple years ago. I didn't realize she was half of Cagney and Lacey. I didn't watch that show when it aired, I don't think. But I'm like, her? I'm so jealous of that woman. She's gotten to work with both John Carlin and Bruce Campbell. Fucking shitballs. Holy damn. So jealous of her. She seems cool as hell. I liked her as the mom character too, but she smokes all of the damn time. Like there's a prize at the bottom of the box, and she'll spark up in front of her son. She's like, what? He's like, yeah, I gotta go, mom. Oh, Wally says I'm kidding about the Rumble, but our schools did have fights, and we were at them at the same time. Yet we could have been fighting at the same time. I wasn't asking anybody's names when I was dropping bows. Yeah, it's funny. Everybody talks about it. They meet these celebrities and whatnot, and they're like that tall. What you do when you're short is like women can do this, but you get like a high platform type of shoe, and then you just get pants that go all the way down to the floor, and it creates the illusion of a super long leg. Plus, you're up higher in the air anyway, so it makes you look taller. I learned that from Rachel Zoe, but I can't. I don't have any tall shoes anymore. I had some great boots that made me taller, but that winter of 2012, 2013, we were getting a blizzard every single week, like every single week. There was constantly a warning out for people to drive, but I'm like, fuck you, I gotta go to work in the next town over. That winter just killed those boots, RIP. Then I had like trip pants. Do you remember the trip pants that they sold at Hot Topic with like the chains and the extra straps? And they would zip down into shorts if you wanted to. Mine were purple and black. Could only wear them with those shoes, so eventually I got rid of the pants too. Oh, I didn't know that. B Chap says Donnie Wahlberg plays Detective Reagan in the episodes of Blue Bloods. Yeah, never watched that. Like I didn't watch like NYPD Blue or CSI, except for that one episode with Gary Sinise. Like I didn't see CSI Miami. I've never watched Grey's Anatomy. Oh, what was I gonna? Yeah, I did mention I want to do a Friday show. It would be in 2 weeks on the 16th. That's not so bad. Before I was thinking maybe I could do a Friday show every other week, but we'll see how it goes. I'll play it by ear. That would be nice to do, just to do something casual like instead of the reviews. As much as I do like to do the reviews and I do want to get them finished, it is nice to not to have to refer to a notebook all of the time. Even though before I went live yesterday, I was still pulling out a notebook and make sure that I had the right episodes. And a few hours later, I was like, wait, muscle memory. Dandy says Wahlberg has a car dealership out here near Cleveland. LOL. Oh, man. I guess that's constant money coming in. Good for them. I don't. I wouldn't know what that all goes into. Yeah, Dandy, I figured that was the cat. All right, Lucky Sevens. He's trying to learn how to type. He just doesn't understand what the characters mean. Like, have you ever hung out with a little kid who can't talk yet? Like, I know that this 1 year old, like my friend had kids, so I was like there at the same time. And this kid's sitting there, I think it was a year old, maybe less. And you can tell that they have something to say, something to express, but they don't know how to talk. And I don't know how to talk to a baby, so they just like I could see this child getting frustrated and like I don't know, man. You don't know how to talk yet. I can't help you. It's I don't know what a child understands what they're hearing. Like can you point to whichever one you want? Just I don't know what to do for you, man. If you were a cat, I could understand you, but you're a tiny human who doesn't talk, so I can't help you, buddy. Ask your mom? Question mark. Isn't there something similar to GoFundMe? It's I could have sworn because after there was that whole ordeal about folks donating that GoFundMe to those Canadian truckers, and then GoFundMe just decided to not work and not pay out what people paid in. Like I swear people were talking about a second option, but it's been so many years I've forgotten what it was. Oh, Dandy says my cat likes the chat. Aw. Does your cat watch Quite Frankly too? Arden, yeah, 1-year-olds talk. You just can't understand them. Yeah, maybe it was less than a year old. I don't remember. Like still in diapers, but what the hell does that mean? Could he walk yet? Maybe. I just remember him sitting down at the time, and he just seemed give, send, go. That's what. Thank you, Wally. Yeah. Are they any better? I will. I'm just gonna type that into the search engine. Will remember for me. No. Give, send, go. I like how their logo is it's an arrow, which counts as one line, then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Notice how many logos have 6 lines or 6 things to them anymore. Oh, it's a Christian crowdfunding website. Okay, I've got a crucifix over there. Sure, it's just let me watch Beckett again, and I can brush up on my Latin. You want to watch Beckett? I was probably talking about this in the Quite Frankly chat room, but it's funny to see, like, you know what Richard Burton was like, and then you watch him playing a priest. He played a priest also in, I think it's called Absolution from the 70s, but that guy playing a holy man, LOL. But he does it well. It's very convincing. Nightcock said, my cat's been sleeping on my laptop when I'm out, and it'll come back to random ass searches and. Damn. Magnification at 500. Yeah, maybe their vision is weird with the camera, so they're sitting there like stretching it out. Who was Googling cheeses? Wait, where's my cat? Arden said, like a 1-year-old will say, on at. That means I want that. Okay, so they sort of say parts of words. Alright, I get it. Oh, John Rogers says, I can't wait till summer. I'm going to try the dick laser with the stray cats in the neighborhood. Oh, they do want to play. That's good. All cats want to play, so go ahead and do that. Even like the big cats in the zoos. Dragon Sage, strawberries. Nycock saying to Arden, yeah, sometimes in the South you run into adults who speak that way. That's what I noticed about T.I., the rapper. I don't follow his career or anything, but he was on Lady Gaga's art pop album, Jewels and Drugs. He's got a verse on there. And they also have Twista on there who raps very fast. I can understand what he's saying, but I couldn't understand what T.I. was saying. So I read the lyrics. And then I was like, oh, I see. He only pronounces the beginning of each word. That's what they do in one of those Asian countries. I had trouble with my credit card, so they sent me to customer service, and it's some Asian country. And this lady was talking to me, but she was only pronouncing the beginnings of every word. And the whole time I'm thinking she speaks the way T.I. raps. I'm not getting anything out of this. That was Capital One. That was back when they were connected with Walmart. I don't know if they've changed anything, but I will not order anything. Like they've got a thing now where if you order at least $35 worth of stuff, they can gather it up and run it out to your car at a set time. But usually if they don't have what you need, there's an adjustment on the credit card and they fix it. Well, somewhere along the line they stopped doing that, so it was that much of an issue that I had to call them and it's only a $300 credit line, and you really can't do a lot with $300 over the course of the month if you want food. And this was in 2020 or 2021, back when things were bad. Uh, so yeah, I will not do that again because I'm not trying to speak to somebody who doesn't speak English, because I will have to be a little bit racist with them. Like, no, let me speak to the white guy who hired you. What's up, Erica? Glad you made it. Saying your cat had lots to say to Dandy. LOL. Right? It's like, oh, wait, the people are here. Now I got something to say. Like when your pet's asleep and you think they're going to be chill, and suddenly people come over, and now all the pets got to be in the room, and they're walking on stuff and tails hitting drinks and everything. Yeah, come on in, take your pants off, smash that like button. It helps out the channel. I saw the channel's up over like 17,000 views. Like 17 comma additional numbers? What? Like, thank you guys. That is wild. 17,075 views, and just know that the view count is about 2 days behind, so that's going to go up for these shows. Thank you guys for that. And it's all just views. It's, you don't, I don't know how AdSense works, but something like that doesn't even kick in until you've gotten 1,000 subscribers. That's why I want to get just to 999 and not have to deal with ads. If I was starting to get ads, then I would have to start uploading on Twitch as well, or going live on Twitch as well. That way folks can, this is what you can do, quite frankly, like I was saying, you just go to the chat room for YouTube, do the pop-out chat, and then go to Twitch and watch there, because you don't get ads. And you don't have to, pay anything. It's free. So that's what I've been doing the last couple of weeks here. Plus, it gives you these little points you can't really use for anything good, so you get to see that little number go up. It didn't do that before. All this time Frank was on Twitch, before he got banned the second time and the first time, there was nothing building up. I guess you can set the account to have people earn points for time watched. Now it's set like that, so that's good. Maybe it means you can do something. Like, it'll let you say, like, highlight a comment, or take one of the Satan symbols and make it huge, or some other stuff that I don't want to annoy the chat room with stuff like that. People are there to chat, not color. Oh, Erica said the cat hissed at me this morning, tried to pick her up, fed her dinner, not talking to her. Maybe she's just hungover, just in a mood. Sometimes a cat just doesn't feel like being touched, so it's like, oh, okay. They're just having a moment. That cock says, I've had dates that went the same way. Dude, she hissed at me. I think she was a vampire or a cat or something. She was drinking red wine, but I don't know. It really didn't look that see-through. Erica, yeah, drama queens, yeah. Maybe it's just I don't know where the moon is, but maybe that's affecting the cat's attitude for a few days. That's the thing with wherever the moon is. It's only going to stay there for 2 or 3 days, so it'll pass. Oh, John Rogers says that Dick laser has a regular laser pointer too. Aw. It should have a little, like, snap-on, like you can have like the penis one to shine, and then just have one that's like boobs or a butt or something. I don't know how you would get that to. I'm thinking, like, how would you project it bigger? Because if I had a laser pointer, anytime I saw somebody with those really bright headlights, I'm shining it right in your eyes. And if you have an accident, that is your problem. And it's only my problem if I laugh too hard at it. Erica Ramos says the mood is pretty full. I will take your word for it. My weather app will tell me where the moon is. Or what size it is. Waxing? Gibbous? I don't know the names of the phase. I know the difference between waxing and waning. Where is the... It won't show me the phase of the moon, but it'll show me where it is at in the sky. Hey, I don't want premium. Gonna show me extra planets, asshole. There's Jupiter. There's the moon. Okay. Yeah, it's not gonna show me the phase of the moon or anything. It's up there. Can I see that from here? I don't know. It's not worth opening the window. Oh, no. Don't. How do you... It's hard as hell to get out of this app. There we go. Oh, waxing around 3/4, Dragon Sage says. Oh, good. Oh, I saw it last night. Awesome, yeah. Yeah, it was quiet out there. I was expecting to hear maybe one, like, pop go off, or maybe, like, just a loud group of folks getting out of a car, but no, it was quiet. That was good. There wasn't really... I tuned into Puff's Gaming, and he was playing on a server, and his buddy... Who was this? But he was singing Love Game by Lady Gaga. That song's from 2008. How do you know that song, bro? And then he starts singing that I Don't Care, I Love It song. To just being silly. But Puff was not moving at all. He was just still. And I read the comments. They're like, oh, well, he went away to eat. And it's something like 10 o'clock at night, so it would have been around 9 p.m. for him. He's in Texas. But after so long, the screen just went to just when it looks like dirt, and like connection timed out because he hadn't moved around in enough time, so he was just kicked out of the server. Right? Maybe they're all set up like that. They don't want everybody signed into it to lag the server. That's why it does that. It's like a fail-safe. But I mean, I'm not going to sit in the chat room while that goes on, but I don't know if he ever came back, but then that stream ended, so... Like, damn, I wish I was eating too. What are you having? But then later on, Swaley went live, so it's like, good, but I just didn't feel like watching that. Dragon Sage says, January 3rd, full wolf moon. Okay, yeah, that's, in a couple days. That's Tolkien's birthday, January 3rd. Danny, yeah, waning is when it's getting smaller. Like, why isn't it wax on, wax off? But maybe that came out before the movie. Oh, John Rogers saying that Dick Laser, one side has 6 different pictures. The other end has a regular laser pointer, a black light, and a flashlight. Wow. I didn't realize it did that much. He never mentions that on the show. He should say it does other stuff. I don't know if there's still a... I swear there was a discount code for it, but maybe that was a that before Christmas thing. Oh, Dragon Sage and my friends and I were taking pictures outside by the fire with sprinklers, or sparklers, pardon me, sprinklers in December. Writing dirty words with the sparkler trails. Yeah, that's what you do. You dick. That's funny. Yeah, I found out the hard way. You don't take all of the sparklers at once and light them. I mean, it's fine. It's fun until a bit of that flies off and lands on your finger, and suddenly you've got to... I mean, you don't got to go to the ER or nothing like that, but you're stuck, wearing a Band-Aid for a few days while that heals. Just, ouch. Learned my lesson. It was a good idea at the time. And then, like, your dumbass looks right at it, so then you try to look away and you can't see nothing. That's always fun. Are there any other holidays in January where the show could possibly be off air? Quite frankly, as far as that goes, let me just gonna go there real quick just to see if there's anything on the website. Do take this with a grain of salt because as soon as you show up, it says quite frankly live Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern time. That hasn't been true since I think all year. I swear that started somewhere on. It was before New Year's Day. It was before October 11th. Uh, let's see. Wait, before he didn't mark what days he would be off, so that wouldn't be in here anyway. Okay, never mind. I just wasted my time. That's okay. It was worth a shot. Volume back up. Volume all the way up. It's Thursday. I thought it was Wednesday earlier, and then I thought it was Friday. Oh no, Erica's saying, at least you were out. A club in Switzerland went full retard with the sparklers and booze. Big fire. You could have done that any other night, and you had to pick. I can say January 9th is Jimmy Page's birthday. Okay. Yeah, I got all the January birthdays coming up, so, yeah. Like I was saying, Matt Copper, like, I swear his birthday seems to be about the 16th. It's just a few days before mine. And, uh, I can't think of anybody else off of the top of my head. I shouldn't like we have Capricorns, but their birthdays are in December. So we had a lady who would come around. Frankly, Marianne. She doesn't come to shows. It's been years, but she's on Facebook. So I talked to her. Like her birthday was December 28th. Before that, we had M. Valbiro on the 27th. Uh, yeah. Mine's at the very end of Capricorn. It's a January 18th is never the last day of Capricorn. Sometimes it's the 19th. Sometimes it's the 20th. It just depends on the year. I don't like. I wish they were set in stone, but they're not. That's okay. Do I have that? I've got a list of. Or it's a website that tells you when the sun goes into the next sign. It even gives you the time. Bookmarks. Here we go. What's it called? Um, it's called. I guess I don't need to know what it's called. I just have to find it. Oh wait, this says 2025. Is it going to show me next year? Oh, okay, it does have 2026, yeah. Okay, so like this year, the first day of Aquarius is January 20th. That's alright, it's usually roughly right around there. I'm gonna say traditionally they say that, like, if you look up, say like the first day of spring, sometimes it's March 20th, but sort of more traditionally it's March 21st. You know, it can vary, like I said. Damn, Dragon Sage, I got you ping ponging back and forth. He says, I have no idea of the day or what province I'm in. Just back from Newfoundland to Ontario and leaving for Quebec and then Newfoundland again. FFS. Damn. Arden says if you say your birthday, it makes it easier to steal your identity. It's not worth it. Yeah, but they don't know what year or what time, so they can't. That's fine. My credit score is already going down due to not paying on the car, so it's still not bad, but it is going down. Oh, Erica's saying, yeah, traveling for work is hard, especially sleeping in different beds. And then Dragon Sage, oh yeah, changing time zones. Oh, Yeah, restaurant food. I know that's one thing that kind of messed me up when I was traveling to the Netherlands. I guess maybe you're just too stressed out for your brain to relax, but I did not dream at all for a week and a half, and I dream every single night. No matter what. Like, it's rare for me to just nod out and see nothing and then wake up and then go about my day. So that's weird. You just go to bed and wake up in the same room, and there was nothing entertaining in the meantime. So that's weird. It would be nice to be overseas and be able to dream. I think it would be less stressful, but it seems like 1 week at a place is not enough to chill out. You just have to pay attention to more stuff because you're not from there. And they drive differently. They drive like me, which is fine, but that also means you don't really have time to like chill and not be paying attention. And then stoplights are not red for as long. They want you to go. And you come to when you're getting off a highway or a freeway in the U.S., you always come to either a traffic light or a stop sign. You stop, and then you continue on. Not there. You get off of the freeway, highway, whatever they call it. You come up to a yield sign, and then you get on your damn way. They don't want you stopping for nothing. Just get to where the hell you need to go. It's a tiny place. There's no time to wait. There's no space for it. Dragon Sage says, when I get time off, I spend it in the woods shooting my bow. Yeah, nice and chill. That's what I was gonna say yesterday. At the last Tuesday's show, I finally found on my computer where my Minecraft screenshots have been going. All I had was the first few that I took in Biomes of Plenty, which would have been sometime in August. But everything I've taken since then, like my two sheds and those presents, those gifts, like I say, chests turn into gifts on December 24th through the 26th. Allegedly, I was only on the 26th because I worked those other 2 days. But I found what those screenshots are, so I can theoretically use them as thumbnails. But the last 2 days I tried to make them thumbnails and it's just too complicated. I couldn't find it, and it's just too early for that kind of thing. So I'll work on that. But I found them, and you can see my two sheds, and like the level that I'm at. Like, oh my god, I was at level 58. Oh my god, I was at level 97, and just how my house looked. I'm just now putting lanterns up on my big tall farm, copper lanterns too, and I'm gonna let them age so they look but be exposed to the weather. If you wax them, they stay copper looking, but you can let them age into different colors. You've got like the regular orangey copper, then it turns into sort of a pinkish color. Then you get this more multicolored one. It's sort of base blue, but it's got brown, it's got green, it's got a tad bit of pink. It's really cute. But then the last one, it's more, green. Like the tops of buildings green when copper's fully oxidized. I call them my mint lanterns. I got two at the very end of my dock. Patina, thank you, Arden. Yeah. So I got those up there. They're not waxed because I want them all to turn green. That way it gives you more incentive to look up. But it's a picture of the back of my house before I did that. And then I've got another picture where I'm just looking through the window before I put glass in. Because glass, you put it in, it's fine. But I don't have silk touch, so if I want to move a window, then that's just me breaking the glass and you don't get it back. And it is easy to make glass. You just melt sand. But, well, while there is a large amount of sand in the world, that is finite, so I don't want to spend all of that time breaking glass just to have to go to find a desert and gather more just to bring it back and break it. I think that's why I don't know if I should take my farm, and it's mostly made out of stone, but the rest of it is just open. Should I make that glass, or is that just a step too far? What if I move it? I don't know. I just figure like let the air flow through to ventilate the crops, even though that's not a thing in Minecraft. Oh, cool. Dandy says I have an at least 60-year-old big copper kettle I use for watering plants outside. It's totally green. Beautiful. Yeah. It's sort of a light green. It's so cool. And they don't do the thing where some other type of lights, the more it patinas, the dimmer the light gets. These don't do that. They give off the same amount of light no matter what. And if you make a torch with copper, like a regular torch is a stick and a piece of charcoal or coal, this is stick, charcoal or coal, and then a little ingot of copper. You make a copper torch. It looks like a regular torch, but instead of a yellow flame, it's green. That looks cool. I've got those all around the downstairs, the first level of my house. And that's what you use to make a like the copper lanterns. You have to have a copper torch, surround it with the ingots, bam, you've got it. And then if you want it to change color, you can let it go, but if you want it to like stop at a certain color or not patina at all, you just get some honeycomb. It waxes it. You can just hit it with an axe to take the wax off if you decide you don't want to keep it that color. I like that. That sort of dropped about a month or so after I got Minecraft myself, and they also added shelves. Shelves are so cool. You can put 3 items up on there and then see what they are. You can put like a full stack of whatever on there. And then I saw a trick where if you have a redstone block touching it, it gets rid of the slats in the middle, so you don't see it divided into 3 things. It just becomes sort of just flat. You can still see the items, but what happens is when you click on it, instead of just getting one item at a time, you get all 3 in the last 3 spaces of your hotbar. So theoretically, you could take 3 shelves, make sure they're touching that redstone block, click on all 3 and totally replace your hotbar if you're say like building with a wooden stone, and then you want to go back to having your tools and whatever, you can just do it just that quick. That's awesome. So I'm like, where exactly does it have to touch? Can it be on the corner? Does it have to be on the back? So I just keep it around. I'm not using it for anything. I just like to look at it. And redstone is just electricity. It's you go mining down. There's stone with some red stuff in it. You mine it. You get this little powder, pile of red dust, and then you can use it on its own to connect stuff up. You just put it down on the ground or wherever, and it just makes this little red trail. But folks go so far. People have designed the biggest contraptions, like flying machines and everything, using redstone. Like so many farms use redstone because you need that electricity. And the people who are really great at building redstone contraptions are called redstoners. Got nothing to do with smoking. It's just that they know their electricity. And that's what I kind of want. People make redstone doors where, like, yeah, I guess it could just open up a door. But mostly what people do, like, you can make a hidden door. Like, it just looks like stone. And then you activate it somehow, and it'll pull the stone away so you can walk through, and then it closes back up like it was never there. Which is just beyond me. I'm watching a video trying to wrap my head around it. I don't know that much about electricity, but I'm trying to learn about redstone. Just because I built a couple things with it, and it sort of makes sense, but then they get into I don't even know the names of the stuff, comparators and all these switches and talking about negative and positive values, and that's just a little bit beyond me. But it's cool. It's like it's as complicated as this stuff looks. Like, you know what? I bet there's a real simple trick that if you know if you know the basics, you can probably build something bigger. That's my thinking with it. And I think why am I able to learn this and not setting stuff, but whatever. Let's just say that's been fixed. Dragon Sage says I made a small fortune off of recycling copper wire over the past 10 years. Oh, nice. So Dandy says, are you the one who stole my pipes about 10 years ago? Dandy says, Dragon Sage says, yeah. And Dandy says that we were doing a rehab. Oh, Dragon Sage, I worked as an electrician slash millwright in lightning protection. Lots of scrap. Oh. They do have lightning rods made out of copper. I made one, but I haven't set it up. I just don't know where it's going to strike yet. I kind of want to set it on a piece of dirt out in the water so it can't hit my trees, grass, nothing like that. I don't want it setting anything on fire. But I kind of like the idea of when there's a thunderstorm, I can see the lightning. Because I have noticed this. Whenever it rains, I go fishing because you get your pickup chance is 20% higher, so that's when I fish. But I sometimes I turn around to look at my house, but then I've noticed that when there's a thunderstorm, sometimes the way you're facing is where the lightning wants to hit. Like I'm looking off to the side, and it hits a mountain off in the distance. There's flames for a while, but it's raining, so it puts it out. So crisis averted. But I don't want to be looking at my house during a thunderstorm and see lightning hit it. Like, yeah, it's made out of stone, but still. So, like, I'm just looking at the water. I'm just looking at the water. I'm just looking at that there's an island. It's technically part of my island, but it's in front of me. And I'll just look at that. Like, nope, not turning around. I got trees over there. Nope, I got my bee farm. Not gonna do it, but if it's just raining, you can look around. There's no lightning. Dragon Sage says, but if I see copper lying around, it goes in my truck. Or into my truck it goes. Oh, Dandy's got a spool of copper wire in the basement? Yeah, fairly heavy, I should sell it? Yeah. All the crackheads would be like, man, where'd you get that from? Can I get $20? Dragon Sage, my boss called me the ruthless one. Ooh, I bet. Oh, NT, what's up? You red stoner, you? Yeah, it sounds like an Indian who's smoking a blunt, but they don't have Indians in that game. What? I'm like, stoner? They didn't mention weed. Oh, because it's redstone. Somebody who knows a lot about it is a redstoner. I get it. And then there was a big thing about people will like steal a redstone build and not give the person who designed it credit, and that's a big no-no. If you want to build some intricate redstone thing, credit the video you found it from. Otherwise, that's really shady. That's like just stealing, and that's not cool. Like give credit where credit's due, kind of a thing. Don't be a dick. Dragon Sage says I scrap brass and steel too. Yeah. Oh, Dragon Sage is saying to Dandy, it's worth stripping it to fetch a higher price. I bought a wire stripper. It paid for itself in 3 weeks. Wow, that's a lot of $1 bills. Oh, yeah, Nightcock. Yeah, because you work on cars. You got all that scrap metal working on cars. Just have a car that's meant for scrap and just shove it in there. Dragon Sage says, drive a 10-foot steel rod into the ground with a copper cable attached to it and lightning rod. It'll go into the ground. Leave more than a 6-foot radius away from it. Okay, yeah. Because 6 foot would be about 2 blocks. And I really haven't looked up the way other people do it. If they just set it on the ground, if they set it on iron or something that's not really flammable or stone, or if they just say fuck it. You know what they don't do when they should? I just realized this just now. If lightning strikes sand, it should become glass. That's what happens in real life. I just that does not happen in Minecraft. I've never heard of that happening. I just thought of that right now. Like, wait, that's a real thing. Dragon Sage Lightning is powerful. It can jump up to 6 feet. Oh, yeah, that's taller than me. Wow. I think I'll do like a 3x3, so like 9 blocks squared, and then stick the lightning rod in the middle. But then I'm gonna build that out on the water, and I'll just that way when I'm fishing, it's just gonna be off to the side a little bit, so I can just sort of see it if I turn a bit. So it wouldn't hit me. I wonder if that would kill me. I am playing in peaceful mode, but you do still have a health bar. If you fall from too far of a height, it will kill you. You just respawn, but still. And I have it set to keep my inventory also. There's no way I can remember where I was to go get my stuff in 5 minutes. My memory is just not that good anymore, so there's no way. I do not want it to despawn. Dandy says I have a smooth, big green rock out back, but no idea what it is. Is it emerald? It's not copper, is it? Oh, Nightcock. Oh, damn. I used to have a truck filled with scrap parts, but it's gone now. Ooh. Yeah, John Rogers. He says I have a bin of scrap metal I need to take in when it gets warm. Yeah, we got a scrap place not too far. There's a bridge to Cedar Point, and as you go over, that's where the scrap yard is. So you get a real nice view of piles of junk and tires and this and that. But it's just over there. Easy to. I sort of have to drive under the bridge in such a way that I go right by it when I head out to the store and go over the bridge. And I have been in there before. It's cold. It's all outside, and they have to wear their Carhartts and everything. I'm like, damn, aren't you guys cold? And they got this big scale you set the stuff on, and so cold. Dandy, yeah, it's dark green. I wonder if it's Ohio jade. Yeah, need a rock expert. Not a crackhead, but like geologist. Oh, Doc Rocks. He's a geologist. I don't know exactly where in the States he is, but he's a geologist. He's a real doctor. Yeah, Jade's cool. Jade's pretty. I saw a video just on Tumblr. Somebody with their super expensive car. He's filling it up. He drives out, gets onto the road, pulls back in, drives up to the same pump, and he's putting more gas in it. But the car was emerald green, so you know it was pricey if it looks like that, almost like a shiny green Christmas present. But emerald green, nice. I don't know if I've mentioned it yet. Probably not, because maybe I've mentioned it because on Dark Shadows it's still black and white, and I don't know exactly what green looks like in black and white, but we get into the color episodes, and that's when I found out emerald looks good on everybody. Guys wear it, girls wear it. Something about that shade of green. It doesn't matter if they got blonde hair, brown hair, black hair, older person, gray hair. Just emerald looks good on everybody. It's like I wanted to get an emerald shirt or an emerald sweater to try it out. Dragon Sage, I'm wearing Carhartts. That's all I own. The old stuff. Don't buy anything from them now. They went woke in 2020, and they only wanted to sell their items to NPCs. Sort of like how Bud Light went woke. Yeah. Carhartt. I don't think I've owned anything Carhartt. I don't know what it would run. Back in the factory, like folks that worked in the back, yeah, you had to. All they did was sit back there and, load trucks, move stuff in and out of the warehouse, so they were cold. Oh, Dandy says, I have a Carhartt coat I bought in the 90s. Whoa, that's a minute ago. Worth a pretty penny on eBay, I bet. So you can't beat some good insulation, especially, you're stuck working outside, you're stuck in the factory in the wintertime. They had little heaters up on the ceiling. So whoever designed those was dumb as hell because they didn't realize that heat rises, so basically it did nothing. And of course there's holes in the roof. It rained and you had to like walk around the drips of rain unless you wanted to get sprinkled. So it was cold and everybody's trying their one lady gave me a hand warmer and it was very nice of her, but we had to work with our hands constantly, so all it did was just keep my pocket warm for most of the day. Dragon Sage, I like tough clothes. Yeah, just buy the best quality that you can afford and just wear the hell out of it. Just, if you got a shirt that's too beat up, well now you're an inside shirt. Now you're jammies, so nobody has to see the holes in it. Like, why does this shirt have a third sleeve? Just there's the like the armpit starts to wear out because that's where all the seams are. So I'm like, and it's extra ventilated. Dandy, heaters on the ceiling. What the hell? Like who is that helping? The snow, so it drips down into the factory. The hell? And don't you don't like don't think to like bring us out a space heater or nothing like that. And then the worst part was the smokers always wanted to exit through that. They had to walk through our department and they would always go outside using that door, even though that they had a door in their department they could have walked out of, but instead of doing that, they had to walk through our department. And no one ever, when they open a door, especially in the wintertime, they don't think to like close it to keep the cold air out because they're dicks. Like as soon as we get it warm, one of them would come through, and it was always the same chick, and it was happening so much. And she tried to act nice to people, but that's not a nice thing to do. So you're a fucking bitch. And so I was thinking nothing good about her every time she did that, and I thought it hard enough that she got hurt really bad and she could not work back in her department anymore. Like her foot was fucked up in such a way, like working in the back it's a little bit more intense, and then maybe some of the older ladies worked up in the front. I was hired to work up in the front anyway, so that's where I was. But yeah, she got her fucking karma. Can't take many cigarette breaks with your fucked up foot, can you, bitch? I never said that to her, but I was thinking it really hard. Like, yep, that's what karma looks like. Maybe you should be more considerate with your filthy fucking habit, because something else cigarette smokers never do. Never. 0% of the time. You will never see this. You're never going to see somebody smoke a cigarette, whether they're at work or off, and then come inside. First, they never let like the smoke blow off of them. They think they have to like take their last hit, put it out, and run inside while the smoke is still coming off of them. So they have to stink up a room that they go into. They never let the smoke blow off of them. They never come inside and immediately wash their hands or pop a stick of gum, do anything to freshen their breath. They have to have the smoke on them still and make sure that their breath and hands reek of it, and then start talking to you 100% of the time. I never, and the thing was where we worked, there was a ladies' bathroom almost immediately after you walked in. You just had to walk around the corner for the men's bathroom, but I worked mostly with women and men who were basically women. But not one of those bitches ever once, and I was there for 8 years, went into the bath. Like, they would use the bathroom first and then go out and smoke their fags. But as soon as they were done, they would all file in, door open, never pulled it closed behind them. Nobody's washing their hands. Nobody's, breath spray, breath mint, gum, eh, nothing. Oh, oh, my thing chimed off. Thank you. Uh, Hurry up. Now it is. Oh my God! Thank you so much. Oh, Dandy. It says over 10, so you can get it sooner. LOL. Happy New Year. Oh my. Thank you so much. That helps out so much. Thank you so much, Dandy. You're awesome. Yeah, this is just gonna go to a food, and I'm slowly adding. I'm being really careful about what I add to my. I use the Walmart website because it lets you have a cart there, and it shows you the prices. Plus, you can look up the ingredients and stuff because we have to do that now and know what's in everything. Not the app, just the website. I had the app before, but I don't need to scan barcodes. It's not that serious. So like you put stuff in there, and that you get a little running total about what you're going to be spending at the store. It doesn't seem like there's a big difference between like if you order it online versus just go pick it the hell up. Yeah, Dandy, my pleasure. Nikki, yeah, thanks. You're the best. Holy shit. Yeah, when you sign up, what they should tell you, there should be some place sort of like up front when you first sign up for those, Cash App and the like, that like, hey, you need to have at least this amount to get paid out, or you need to, like, I don't know if they have a stipulation like you need to have had an account for at least a week before you pay out. You can just verify your account, stuff like that. But they should warn you up front, not this like, well, first we're gonna take about a full 7-day week to send you your own money, and then we before that we gotta take a cut, and before that it has to be at least $10. It doesn't see it. It's not like you're $3 away from a payout. It's nothing like that. It's just an amount, and then you go to hit payout, and suddenly all the numbers turn red. It's like, fuck you. Oh. And you can't do that through the app. You have to go onto your laptop. Yeah, you're the best, Andy. Thanks. Nightcock said, I never realized how much I smelled like cigarettes until after I quit and noticed everyone else. Yeah, it clings onto people's clothing. If they smoke in the house, it's on their couch, and their recliner, and the walls and the windows are tinted yellow. Even if you don't notice it, you go to clean off a window, and you look at the rag or whatever, and it's yellow. So back when I worked at the gas station, I never cleaned the windows because everybody who worked there smoked. I'm not cleaning up after you. I'm not cleaning up after a filthy fucking cigarette smoker. So I never washed the windows. Just, no, you're the one getting them dirty. Fuck it. I think I did that exactly once, and I was there about 3 years. I can see fine. I know where the gas pumps are. I know where the clock is to punch out. I know where the coolers are. And then cigarette smokers over season their food, so they're not good cooks. They've fried their taste buds so much that they just have to go heavy on the garlic and everything else. Otherwise, they can't taste it. And I noticed that myself from like you can tell a cigarette smoker made this. So one time I got a steak from Longhorn and they over seasoned it. I almost felt like telling them, like, dude, I'm not a cigarette smoker. I can taste my fucking food. You need to dial it down a gram. Like give me a second steak so I can rub them together because I've got enough seasoning on just the one. Nightcock, I remember cleaning the windshield of my car. That's a whole fucking ordeal because if there's any streaks on it, you're not going to notice it at the time, but then you turn down one road and the sun's going to hit it just right and suddenly you can't see. So while you're cleaning it, you got to do like this. And look at it and look at it from every single angle to make sure it's right. And then, like, I swear to God, if anybody touches the inside of the windshield of my car, it is a wreck. Like, you better fucking not. Because one little touch means you got to do the whole thing. You might as well have touched every single window from the inside, because now it's a whole ordeal, and it's twisting to try to get into both sides of your car. Because if you're cleaning the inside of your car, you're not going to get out and walk around and get in another door. You're already in the car. So you just climb around in it like a child. Like it's a jungle gym. Nightcock, yeah, the inside was worse than the outside. It's like nothing touches it. What did I do? I don't smoke in my car. I don't smoke. I've never been really one to smoke weed in my car, even when I was like younger, and we were just all basically stoners. Cause my thinking was like, yeah, it's fun to be high and drive around with a buzz and listen to music and giggle and all this, but it just takes one time getting pulled over, and then you're gonna have a bad time, and suddenly you gotta go to court or whatever. So I never wanted to have to deal with that. So we would just go to like buddy's house, whatever, boyfriend's house, smoke up, go to the store high as hell, buy $30 worth of drinks and snacks. Like, yeah, we don't look high. It's, midnight and we're giggling like idiots. So then you go home and smoke some more. But I didn't want to be partying in the car. Plus, for the same reason with the smoke, I don't need everything to start looking yellow. It's like, why does it look like a sunset all the time? Oh, it's because we're, blazing up in here 420. So it's, Danny, I hate cleaning the windshield. Yeah, oh, hate it. I will get like the bug, or like the wiper spray that it kills bugs. Works at 25 below zero. The mixed kind, and like I'll put that in there. You guys take care of it, because the inside's bad enough. And you can't get like a squeegee thing. There's no tool for it. You have to actually get in there and look and do all this twisting around and bend it. And it's like, why do I hurt so bad? All I did was clean a fucking piece of glass. What did I do? Never happens to the back windshield because nobody goes back there. What is going on? That's why I was so mad. Right? I was driving with my first car. And I don't know why, like I say, I'm driving, just chilling, felt like I had to sneeze, and there just wasn't time to look anywhere else. It just came on that fast, and just achoo. Good sneeze, but I look up directly into my line of sight. Like I didn't hit a bug just now. That's gross. Now I've got to actually have to drive. Like if now I don't have, really don't have a choice. I've got to drive. I don't want to be looking around it the whole time. That's not safe. Let me go to a gas station and just get the wiper fluid to just wipe it off, or just that. I'm not going to be doing my whole windshield at the gas station. It takes too long. I don't want people watching me doing that like I'm putting on a show. That's what pissed me off. I got my rental car from Enterprise when I went to driving to New York. The back windshield, way low on it. It was just shiny because they did not clean it off well. And I sort of didn't realize that until I was going 85 down the turnpike, and you don't want to stop once you get going. Oh, that pissed me off. And they made me get a blue car. They should let you pick the color. I don't like blue. Not as a car. The first time I got into a car accident, it was in a blue car. And that's what I have now. It's like, great. I feel so safe in this, but I don't know. It seems like they're going to let me keep it for another month so far. So that's just, I didn't know that, because I have had a car repoed before in 2005, but I don't remember. Maybe it was spring, because I had lost my job. Did I lose my job? When did I start? No. I know it was 2005, and I could swear it was spring, but I don't know how many months went by before it got repoed. I guess I'll find out the hard way. I just want to make sure everything's out. Like they were cool. Like they let me like take my stuff out before they drove it away. So I'm like slowly bringing things inside. So when it comes down to that, like, yeah, just there are the keys. Wi-Fi works fine. freaking car windows. Like, what? I don't drive through anything smoky. Nothing's on fire. Nobody else smokes in the car. If I don't smoke in there, I'm not going to let somebody else. Like, you can do a pill in there or whatever, but it's like, that doesn't put smoke in the air. That's just fine. Any New Year's resolutions? I ask in the last 5 minutes. Those really do work. Back in 1999, I made a resolution to lose weight, and I was 175. And then by about October 17th, I was down to 130. I'd never had my weight under control in my entire life. So New Year's resolutions do work, and you can start them any day of the year. It can be the middle of summer, fall, it's any old time. You can start one on your birthday. That way you know exactly, it's like, well, it was my birthday, now it's been a month, so they do work out. You just have to stick with it, and if you're, as far as losing weight goes, if you're cheating on your diet, you're really just cheating yourself. So, and the sooner you start, the sooner you'll finish. And the younger you start, the easier it is. It was like being older and losing weight is so hard. And then I think about when I was 17 and I thought it was hard, but it was actually could have melted off so much easier. But you get older, your metabolism slows down, and it's an uphill battle. Until you get to a certain weight, it's different for everybody, I'm sure. But once you get to a certain weight, you hit this tipping point where if you're not eating a lot, the pounds just fall away. You just keep up on it. You feel it's scary at first because it's a bunch. You think it's a huge lifestyle change, but if you just make a few little tweaks, you get there. You don't have to jump from eating 3 or 4 meals a day down to one in 1 week. Like, yeah, then you won't stick to your diet. Just baby steps. Go easy on yourself. New Year's resolutions do work. And fasting is very spiritual. That is true. I heard that line. I never liked this cartoon, but Doug, and he had his older sister who was just very artsy and very eccentric, and Doug's trying to lose weight because he had a little bit of a belly, and she's like, you should go on a fast. Fasting is so spiritual. I heard it back then. I thought it was silly, but it jumped to now. It's like, no, that's a real thing. If you're willing to make a sacrifice, the gods or your god will pay attention. Want to go to Repo Man 1984. After being fired from his job, Los Angeles slacker and punk rocker Otto Emilio Estevez lands a gig working in an eccentric repossession agent. Working for an eccentric repossession agent named Bud Harry Dean Stanton. Nightcock, holy crap, Doug. Yeah, Doug was not as good as like Ren and Stimpy and Rocko's Modern Life and all that other stuff. It had its moments, but on the whole, I'll tell you that it's better than Bob's Burgers. Bob's Burgers has no jokes. Terrible show. Just because it's animated does not mean it's funny. Don't waste your time with that. But watch some old school Doug. Like a little bit. It's just got, I don't know, it just didn't have the same punch as the other. Like, it wasn't Rugrats, so, that kind of a thing. Rugrats is so good. Oh my god, Rugrats was so good. I saw the first 2 movies, I think. I definitely saw the first one. But Dill, when he gets his little brother, yeah. That prick. Oldest child, you know what it's like when the other ones come along, like... The baby is always crying. Why is the baby always crying? I want to go out and play, and mom and dad have to... This sucks. Yeah, Doug's alright. Check it out. It's been 2 hours. Not exactly this episode. I did do 17 minutes with meh audio, but I don't want to keep folks here any longer. Unlike my Dark Shadows reviews, these don't have to be 2 hours long. So I will be... wrapping it up here. Nightcock said, I would agree, Doug is better than Bob's Burgers. Yeah, that show is just I sat through an episode or two. It's only they air it after The Simpsons and before American Dad, so that's the only reason why it gets pushed out there. It's that bad. They have to like please watch this, please. They're like, come on, we're bringing you with us. But yeah, as far as Dark Shadows goes, you can watch that on Tubi right now for free. Link in the description for the show and for the channel. I'm reviewing that, reviewing every single episode, even the episodes that don't exist. And the shirt is Gray Still Plays, Not Today's Satan. You can't really see the part that says Gray Still Plays, but it's on there. Link in the description for that. I'm not affiliated, just a fan. Dandy says, thanks everyone. Hope the year is good for all of us. Yeah, I hope so too. It would be great to see this year be not as bad as the year before. Like stop this whole fucking down slope it's been on for the last few years, but we'll see. We'll see. I think that as bad as the year as I'm having, there's got to be another Frankly out there that's having the opposite years. Maybe the last few years have been on a hella upswing for them, and there's just no stopping it. So it has to even out. Night Cox says, thanks for hanging out on the balcony, Nikki and gang. Yeah, thank you too. Thank you. Thanks for the donations and the likes and subscribes. I will be off tomorrow, the 2nd, but the 3rd, what's the day I go live? Saturday. I will be live for that, doing more Dark Shadows reviews, getting on with that. We're really getting into the last storyline before things. It's about at episode 193 when we start seeing the changes to the cast that everybody is more familiar with. So that is coming up. I'm excited about that. But thank you guys for giving me a platform where I can go live, and you help me out with the audio and the super chats. And we have a good time. So stay warm, stay based, stay sexy, stay hydrated, have a good meal, get some good sleep. John Rogers says, thanks, Nikki. Yeah, thank you guys. You guys are the best. You guys make all of the trouble worth it. And definitely be looking forward to 2 extra, or at least 1 extra episode on the 16th, which will be a Friday. That's going to be the birthday party episode for myself, since last year was a Saturday for my birthday, so I didn't have a choice. I had to go live. Tarot Destroyer says, my boyfriend's testicles were bitten off by a camel recently. Should I marry him when he wakes up from his coma, or marry his identical twin brother whose testicles are in pretty good shape? It depends whether or not you want children. So you guys are the best. Thank you again. Don't forget your pants unless you're just going to be right back here in a couple of days. So thanks again. Thanks for showing up and being Franklies and probably stuff I just said a minute ago and can't remember. But it's always great to see everybody. I will see you guys here again in a couple of days. And I'm not going to touch the audio at all. No more tests. Like, I might go live before my next show just to make sure it's not doing the weird echo thing. But I'm not going to touch any of the settings. Just promise. Don't need the stress. I do not need the stress. Tarot Destroyer says, 7 years ago, my parents were eaten by pygmy cannibals, and I've never forgotten it. Well, just start eating pygmies, and that might balance it out. But I love you guys again. Thank you so much.